Good day everyone, my name is Elame Escol and today we're going to discuss about what is allocation. So what is allocation? Allocation is the action or process of allocating or distributing something. It is also an amount or portion of a resource assigned to a particular recipient. Ito yung act na magde-decide sa atin kung sino yung person, company, or area of business, etc. Something that should be given to or what share we need to have for a total amount of something such as money or time. Ito yung dapat na ibigay natin in some particular way. So, in economics, resource allocation is the assignment of available resources in various uses. In the context of an entire economy, um, resources can be allocated by various or means such as markets or planning. There are divisions of things into shares or portions. So, in economics, the term refers primarily to the allocation of resources, the process by which economic resources get allotted or apportioned assigned to their particular uses, which is for directly or indirectly satisfying human wants. So, the allocation process in a particular society's economy. It is the process by which the three fundamental economic questions get answered. So first one is, what goods and services are produced and in what quantities? Kung ilan ba yung pwedeng ma-produce. So second one, by which of the various available technological means and recipes are each of these goods and services to be produced? From the available land, labor, and capital. Third one, or lastly, for whom are each of these goods and services produced? Dito, in-specific natin kung ilang individuals ba yung gagamit or makakapag-consume ng each unit of good or services na mapoproduce natin. So, paano nga ba natin i-allocate yung mga resources natin? Meron tayong 5 steps na important when allocating available resources as part of a project management. First one is to plan. Project managers should first map out the project. Kailangan muna natin matukoy kung ano yung mga project na gagawin natin. We must divide the project into separate tasks and identify what skills are needed. We also must examine any constraints such as the deadlines and budget. As a project manager, we should also identify potential team members based on their skills and their availability. We can also need to determine task dependencies on what might affect completion of specific steps. Planning also requires the development of a work breakdown structure, which matches each task to start and end dates and establish a budget. So next is gauge availability. We need to seek time, vacation time, holidays, and other projects all impacts a team availability. So during this stage, managers must establish lines of communication with team members. So yun nga, resource allocation and shifts and changes in the project or its schedule can be communicated. So mahalaga talagang open communication to critically enable collaboration among teams and optimize the use of shared resources. Makakatulong din to mag-identify ng mga team members natin magkaroon ng conflict through commitments para mabalance natin yung mga multiple projects na makakapagpabagal dun sa project na gagawin natin. Next is schedule. So manager assign tasks and develop project timelines. They use resource management tools to automate and streamline this process and improve workload management. So effectively, yung mga managed workloads, makakatulong siya mag-prevent ng burnout, identify opportunities to enhance team members' skills and indicate additional staff that is needed to a particular project. So, ang resource scheduling involves blocking time for priority tasks and designated the priority level of each of our tasks. Next one is track. Once na naumpisa na natin yung project, mahalaga na matrack natin yung mga performance ng bawat members natin para ma-monitor natin kung gaano ba effectively yung makomplete natin yung mga tasks. So, yung resource allocation natin yung mag-a-adjust sa atin to maximize efficiency and take advantage of new opportunities para sa ating business. So, yun nga, yung business intelligence natin or tools na magagamit natin sa project management, software, and tools, makapag-facilitate siya ng mga collection of real-time data that is needed to ensure the team remains on the project schedule. For the last step, we need to evaluate para maging success yung project na gagawin natin based on the metrics that show how well it met expectation. Yung data na makukuha natin sa resources na ma-allocate natin is makakatulong sa atin kung paano tayo makakabuo ng isa pang strategy para maka-create ulit ng isa pang project. So, sa resource allocation, meron din tayong challenges. Yung mga challenges dito, yung mag-a-associate natin para magkaroon tayo ng resource allocation process. Like, including the following. First is the resource scarcity. So, sa resource scarcity, sometimes, wala tayong enough resources na available to achieve the task laid out in the project plan. So, some resources may only be partially available throughout the project. So, in other cases, yung project resources natin, pwede siyang available at the beginning of our project but not later on as it progresses. Next one is the next one is skills shortages. Kapag yung specific skills mo is nag-short siya sa supply, magkakaroon siya ng negative effect dun sa project na gagawin natin. So, in the additional training or hiring required, it takes time to not be built or may not built into the project schedule. Next is the resource over allocation. Kapag marami yung resources natin, magkakaroon din siya ng negative effect sa atin, like efficiency and productivity. Kapag maraming resources ang na-allocate sa task na kailangan natin, maaaring yung mga employees natin is magkaroon ng overwhelmed trying to make use of them all. Isa rin yun sa mga challenges. So, sa visibility, kapag poor yung visibility mo doon sa details, kung paano natin magagawa yung project, magiging result siya sa mga manager for not allocating the right resources where they are needed. A lack of visibility can also negatively affect a business ability to forecast future project requirements. Maaari din siya mag-lead to future misallocation of resources or kakulangan sa centralized resource planning tool para na kadalasan nagkakaroon siya ng cost sa poor visibility. Lastly is miscommunication. So, kapag mahina yung pakikipag-communicate mo dun sa mga team members mo or dun sa isang team mo, pwede siyang mag-cause ng range of problems. For example, a common point of miscommunication between the sales and the delivery team. So, if yung team natin nag-deliver ng product sa mga customer ng hindi tamang information or dun sa project requirements, pwedeng yung mga resources natin is hindi siya ma-properly allocated and maka-deliver dun sa mga customer natin to meet their expectations. So, ayun lang. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig. Sana may natutunan tayo kung paano natin ma-allocate ang isang resources ng tama sa isang particular na project para hindi siya masayang or maabuso natin yung mga resources natin na ginagamit para makabuo tayo ng mga opportunities natin and maka-create tayo ng mga ideas natin through new ideas and innovations.